Y'all already know what it is. I hope all is well in the land and lost. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Get prepared to eat leftovers for the next 2 weeks. How long before you throw your leftovers away, Boujee?
Saturday.
Okay, so it's Thursday, so you only keeping leftovers for 2 days?
Yeah. I try not to have too many leftovers. You said why?
Are you the one doing the cooking?
Yes.
Oh, really now?
Really now.
Interesting.
Why? You don't think I could cook?
I just thought, bougie people don't cook, so
I gotta eat, I gotta live.
what that mean?
What you mean what that mean? I gotta cook, I gotta survive out here.
Oh. Oh.
It's
Survival.
There's something wrong with you.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, you listen, look. Hey man, listen. Y'all already know what it is, man. We are actually live early because I gotta work tonight. And Bougee is actually in the studio. So it was a perfect time to catch her. All right, look, right? So this is what we doing tonight, right? Today. All right. You on a date, everything going smooth, and then bam. These people, the person you dealing with, drops a lifetime of trauma on you. Okay? So tonight we're going to talk about vulnerability or violation. We're going to break down authentic connections and manipulative pressure. All right? It's one thing to share, you know what I'm saying? But it's a such thing as oversharing. And we got boundaries and rules and all that to help you out. Now, in case y'all don't know, we got Boujee Babe in the building. What up?
Hey.
All right, so look, right? I want to say vulnerability is not a one-person show. Okay? If I'm out here sharing to you my deepest trauma, but I'm refusing to ask you about your day, that's a monologue. Okay? That's not a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and vice versa. I think it's levels and boundaries and limits to that shit, man. Because honestly, I don't want to hear about, all that, your trauma dump is what I call it, people feel like once you tell them or once you let them in on a deep, dark secret that now, you know what I'm saying, they owe you commitment or acceptance. To me, that's emotional blackmail. You know what I'm saying? Now you feel like I gotta stick with you because you done opened up to me and told me every little dark secret that done went on in your life. So you feel like we you know how people cut your hand and y'all sharing blood and now y'all put y'all hands together and blood brothers and all. No, we not. Revealing too much trauma, early is a red flag for me. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hold you.
That's what I was gonna ask you. When you spoke about being on a date, like what date is this?
What you mean? It could be like the third. It could be like the third or fourth date.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because if you're doing that on the third date, you're guaranteed not getting a fourth.
Now hold up. You gonna judge the person and not give them no dates? Come on now.
Because you giving me listen. You're giving me too much. You're giving me too much too soon, and now you're telling me already that there's some sort of trauma going on.
Styles, what up?
So I'm just
What happened to
I'm
the
not saying you can't share that with me, but not on the third date. I no.
Yeah, I don't really want to hear about your trauma and your problems and all that on the third date. This supposed to be happy time. You know. I think in a sense you do want to know. Like I seen a video where a woman was on a date and she was telling the man that she was homeless or something like that. And I just felt like, okay, I appreciate the transparency, but we don't even know, because now it feels like you thinking like if everything goes good that you finna come, hit it off with me and you doing your best to make a good impression with me and I'm finna offer you solace in my crib. No, like dudes do it too. Don't get it twisted. There are a lot of homosexuals out here. I'm just gonna put it to y'all like that. You know what I'm saying?
This is the season.
But that's emotional blackmail. Just because you let me in on your darkest secrets and the things that you went through and you feel like you can confide in me, it does not mean we locked in. It just means, all right, you shared that with me. Cool, great. I appreciate that. Now in my mind, the wheels is turning. I think heavy trauma, like things that you went through in your life, in your past. You could talk to me about your past relationships, but leave that to like your last relationship. Don't talk to me on a date about every relationship that you ever been in. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Style said, I don't want to get comfortable with your representative. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Kiki, what up? Yeah, I think Styles is saying he wants you to put that information out off bat instead of him getting to know you and then you hit him with the bow, bow, boom, bam, this, that.
So, I mean, I feel like that could be like a double-edged sword. Like, it could either go in your favor or not in your favor if you sharing too soon, too early. I just think that no one wants to get to know your representative. But let's face it, we all have representatives. They're all there for however long they are there. But I just think if you share too much too soon, it could be a red flag.
What type of red flag would you know? Style said that is getting to know them. So what type of so when you're doing that, right? How much are you sharing off that? Let's start with that. Like, what's the different levels of things that you're sharing about you? Because this is the we're getting to know each other phase. So what is a boundary? Do you have a boundary on how much you give away? I know obviously like addresses and things like that, but what are some boundaries for you off that? Like, what do you nip in the bud and feel like you're not comfortable talking about?
I don't want to hear no like major traumas date 1, 2, or 3. Like by the third date, I'm gonna know if I want to spend more time with you and I want to, go much farther with you. So it would have to at least for me be after at least the third date. Now, but dates 1, 2, and 3, the deep conversations that I think we should be having is like what we want. What do what do we want out of this and why are we here in the first place? Because clearly it's some sort of interest, right? Because we're both there, but it's like, what do you want? And when I say what do you want marriage? Do you want kids? Do you want what do you want? Do you want to even remain in this area as far as living and buying houses and things of that nature? We could get that out right away. Because if you know that you don't want kids and I might want kids, date 1, yeah, we could get that out. Because why are we wasting our time if that's not what both of us want? Or have some sort of idea of what we want. So yeah, I think hard conversations had to be had. But traumas, no. not right then, because I don't want to feel like I'm gonna have to be Mrs. Fix It, or
Off that.
um I'm gonna be, I don't want to be having to worry about, are you gonna be a burden to me versus being a blessing to me. So
Yeah. I think okay. So for me, right, little light shit like that, what you said, I could take that. But that heavy stuff, sharing it early on like that is a red flag, and to me, that's like a sign of emotional immaturity. Okay, and the reason I say that is because you are lacking the boundaries to process your own pain. You know what I'm saying? You are
mhm.
witnessing, you know, I think like I'm not gonna tell people, all right, if you ain't healed and all of that, you shouldn't date, because sometimes people do the work themselves to heal themselves. But in order to know if they truly over the last relationship, you got to get out there and mingle. You got to get out there and see what's to it. You know what I'm saying? But don't use me as a coping mechanism, like a primary
Right,
coping mechanism. Like
right.
I'm all here for it, and a lot of times people will hit you in it and it'll tug at your heartstrings, because they'll be like, oh well, um people that tell you, oh, I feel safe with you, and I want you to know this about me, and I feel anxious, and I just need you to, stabilize me, right? You know what? Sometimes heavy, that crown is heavy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Kiki said, if you've healed from it, why are we discussing what you move past? But I think you still have to have that healing. I'm healed. This is what I'm healed from, because saying that I'm healed is just saying that I'm healed. Like, what are you healed from? What happened? I mean, I'm intrigued to a certain extent. I can be messy sometimes, where I want to hear I want to hear the stuff that you went through, because I got things that I went through too. So I'm not gonna sit here and tune you out. But Bougee is pretty much saying that she don't want to hear that shit.
No.
And listen, I'm not mad at that, because I noticed that if you go on a date with me and you steady talking about your ex, everything that we do, everything that we say, uh, everything we go through is about your ex. I'm gonna feel like, in a sense, like, damn, who hurt you? Like
Right, right.
that, and we ask that shit a lot. Like, damn, who hurt you, man? Like, for real. Like,
But
but
it
I
don't
think,
even have to be past dating relationships. That could be familial relationships, your parents, your siblings,
mhm.
your aunties. Like, if you just jump right out the window and start telling me how you're such this victim and you have this major trauma going on, I might just look at it like, okay, who's the common denominator here? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think eventually, sometime down the road, you should talk about it. It should be a discussion about,
Mhm.
traumas, especially if you're going to be venturing into marriage with a person. You know what I'm saying? And but just really, date number 3, you telling me some nonsense like,
So look, right? I think that works both ways too, because the other day I did a live, right? And so Styles hit me up after the live, and he was like, yo, my man, that's dark. Like, I was feeling good up until I heard the live. And I'm like, so I think sometimes too, where although you may feel relieved because you getting it off your chest, but now you got to think about what the person that you're telling all this stuff to is thinking, because now they over there and they feelings like, damn, that's deep. That's
I'm gonna
deep.
be
Like,
questioning too. Why are you telling me this now?
facts. Mo said, for some things, healing will be a journey. Other things can be resolved, and you have your coping mechanisms. A lot of time, you know what I'm saying? I be trying to tell people, uh, I be trying to tell people certain things. And I just be like, yo, that's a little bit too rich for my blood right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I had a date, no lie. And Shorty, and you know, I'm not a judger. I don't like judging people, but Shorty told me that she was 6 months clean or whatever the fuck case it was. And I was like, 6 months clean of what? And
That was my next question.
Shorty told me meth, bro. And I was like, yeah. Good luck with your journey. And I'm happy for you. I'm not judging, but I don't want to be the reason why you might possibly relapse, because dealing with me is a lot. So yeah, I'm a pass on that. But
because you definitely would be the reason.
And see, or an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Some people, well, you triggered me and I went back. No, we not doing that. So I think sometimes stuff like that, you do got to tell me. You do got to tell me off top. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I don't want you to come down the line 6 months, 7 months, a year and tell me all this later, because, you know, I've put you on this pedestal. You're perfect, or you're damn near perfect in my eyes, and something like that.
So in that case, when would that be a good time to tell you?
Ooh, first date. First date. You got to give me, okay, so the reason I say that too, again, I'm not judging nobody. You know what I'm saying? But you got to give me a choice. You can't make a choice for me. and that's with too, because you have a lot of times cheating and stuff can be avoided if you coming off bad and you just telling people, listen, I like you, I'm with you, but I like other people. Like, you got to start coming off telling that stuff through the door. You know what I'm saying? I could take that, but telling me I ain't worked a job in 6 months, past doing my bills, and this men and women.
Now you sounding like a charity.
And you looking for somebody to save you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, listen, I've had women that have put their best foot forward. I'm talking about best foot forward, like cooking, cleaning, being around, spending time, answering every call, answering every text. But and deep down inside, it was ulterior motive. Like, you had something else up your sleeve.
They had up their sleeve, Smash.
A bill needed to be paid.
So you don't pay bills? You don't pay bills?
Not no third, fourth date. Okay, but listen, I gotta like you. And if I like you, my cell phone
bill is due, and if it's not paid, we might not have a fourth date.
See,
because I don't want to miss your call. I like you. I'm enjoying you.
See, here's the thing, right? I don't have a problem, right? Like if I like you, I don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to me about whatever. You can lay whatever on the line, but see, this generation don't understand, you know, how to be a good shoulder to lean on and all of this, because the old me, I'm gonna be a shoulder to lean on for sure. I got you. But I'm not doing all that subliminal begging. I'm not doing that. If you got something going on and I like you and I feel like I can help, I'ma help. But hear me out. This every time you got something going on stuff, I'm not the person to keep being vulnerable like that with, because eventually I am going to
come around every month. What are you talking about?
You might get a one-time blessing from me.
Oh.
And then the next month you might have to figure that out, because I got a good heart, man. I don't want to see nobody out here fucked up, especially if I'm trying to get to know you. I don't want to see you fucked up. But you got to understand, I'm not the first priority. I mean, the first resort. You got to know how to fix that yourself. Like, a lot of times, and I say this all the time, a lot of times we not looking for love. We're looking for relations. We're looking for help. We're looking for the fact that we don't want to be alone. It's a bunch of million things, but then not everybody moves like that. I don't mind you speaking nothing of what you feel inside, because at the end of the day, we're still human. You're still a human. Cool. But I also think like dumping all that trauma on somebody that you trying to bring closer to you, that's scary. It's a double-edged sword. Like again, you putting all that on me. Now I feel like, damn, I went through this battle with you because you done told me all this stuff. So now I'm concerned. Now I'm, you know what I'm saying? Okay, for example, right? Real quick story. I was trying to get involved with this young lady, right? And we were talking, and everything was good. Everything was going good. And then she started talking about her health issues. And so naturally I'm looking at it like, okay, even if we don't work out, I'm still supportive. I'm still understanding, and I still feel some type of feeling about your situation. Although I can't change it, I'm still supportive and I'm still understanding. It might push me away from pursuing a relationship with this person, but I still want you around. I still, you know, all your body parts, they functioning, they working. The main body parts that I'm interested in, they're working, they're functioning. So I might want you around, but in case we don't work out, I still care. I'm still the type of dude that will check in, and you know what I'm saying, because nobody wants to hear, you know, that type of stuff and be like, some dudes would be like, you know what, yeah, it was nice knowing you. Me, I'm different. I might not have the same interest that I had, but I'm still the type that I'll be in your corner. I'll check in on you. I'll be supportive. I'll be understanding, stuff like that. But I think even then she didn't come off back and say she had to learn some type of comfort. She had to learn some type of, okay, can I trust him with this information? Because this is heavy. And then you have some people out here who won't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Who won't say nothing because they're afraid of someone might leave, or someone, you know, might look at them different, or someone might treat them as a charity case. You know what I'm saying? I think, but here's the thing though. Sometimes you got to make sure this is a debt that somebody actually wants to sign up for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't be wanting that debt because we already have our own debt. We already got our own
I
issue.
know for me, I don't want to feel like I need an immediate therapy session after I leave you.
Facts.
Because like I get up and be like, oh my God, like, ooh, like you said, that was heavy. And now I'm on the phone with my therapist talking about, so I went out on a date, but
man,
you know,
listen, I think sometimes people will use you for release too. You know what I'm saying? They'll share something huge, and then you'll respond with, damn, I'm sorry to hear that. And what can I do? And then they disappear for 2 days. It's like they you know what I'm saying, sometimes people, they needed that release, but they didn't need to be looked at as, you know, a charity case now, you know. And then you have a lot of people like me, I used to be. I'll admit, I used to use my trauma as a way to push towards exactly what it is I was trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people use their trauma to get in somebody good graces. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Where you know, you'll get close, you'll use that to get closer to a person, because now you have tugged at their emotional strings, you tugged at their heart, their feelings, and now they feel like, you know, somebody died or somebody passed away, or you know what I'm saying, something dramatic happened to you, traumatic happened to you. So now this is your way to get close to people, and this is your way to get in, get. I've seen it.
Mhm.
I might have
Mhm.
done it a time or two. You know, the assumption that sharing deep secrets gives you instant closeness. You know what I'm saying? The illusion, that's an illusion. You know what I'm saying? You are now
That's yeah,
obligated.
it's very much so an illusion because I
Yeah.
feel like when those types of situations happen, because like once you get in, I think like after a while, the reason why you get in soon fades away, and then that's when you start to lose interest now, because it's like you got past that hurdle, you got the shoulder when you needed it, you used it, like you became
Mm-hmm.
opportunistic of the relationship, and now that you know what I'm saying, it no longer serves a purpose.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Because now it's like we bonded by, especially like if we went through the same kind of trauma. We both went through
right.
bad breakups. Now you feel like you want to get rid of this, you want to get out of this, but because you understand the pain that this person do, sometimes you feel obligated to stand in this fire,
Mm-hmm.
even though you don't want to be in this fire, but you
Mm-hmm.
never know how off the edge it might send somebody. So I tell people all the time, listen, if you got them type of thoughts where you can't live without me, and even though we split up, yeah, this wouldn't work. Because I'm gonna
We
tell you
don't need to
right
be
now,
together. Mm-mm.
nope, I'm cool. I'm cool. All that, it's over and don't nobody care about me. And listen, my favorite one back in the day was, all right, man, leave me like everybody else do. God damn it. Like that
What?
was my that was my listen, that was my
Oh god.
favorite line. Like
Oh
I
my
wouldn't I
god.
wouldn't go off to the extreme sometimes and be like, you know what I'm saying, my life over with if you ain't with me. You know what I'm saying? I've done that a few times, but I think my favorite go to, yeah, just go ahead on and leave me like everybody else do. And I'll put like a little shed a couple little tears behind it or whatever the case was. Listen, Jodeci said cry for your woman. I don't give a fuck.
Now
What
that's a
see that?
violation.
Why?
Ain't no what you
Why?
mean? Why? What do you mean?
So so can't cry for your lady is a
No, when you talking about just go ahead on and leave me like everybody else does.
yeah.
No, that's a violation. Cause now you trying to like remorse me into this shit. Like what the fuck? Like not even remorse. Like what? No.
I think too though, you know what I'm saying? Because now, like, I promise you, people will use stuff like that to get close to you. And now they feel like, oh man, we have a bond. We, some things about me. Um, but when people start trying to dump all this stuff on you, you have the right to interrupt. You don't gotta be rude about it, but you just gotta be firm.
No, sometimes rude is the only way.
I appreciate you sharing, but this sounds it's too much for me. I'm not gonna hold you. It's too much. I think that deserves uh a conversation for a different time. Right now ain't the time. You know what I'm
No, I'll be
saying?
like,
You ain't
listen, like what phone you got? Go to Google, because all the phones got Google. And look up therapists near me. They do them on Zoom now. And use shit. And use them as the emotional dumping
facts,
ground.
Mo. I
And
I listen.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't be having time for it. You know what I'm saying? I think, and then when they still get to trying to insist that you hear their story, because there's a lot of people out here that will still insist. I tell them to switch it up. All right, listen, what's your goals for next week? What you most excited about that's happening in your life right now? What's the good things?
Oh, look at you.
What's the good thing? Because I swear, if you get to talking to me about how you grew up and you've been from home to home, and nobody loved
And
you,
you know what I'm gonna tell you? You're
and
gonna tell them what's their goal for next week. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what? There's some books called Chicken Soup for the Soul. Look into it.
facts,
That's where
facts.
I'm gonna direct them. Cause come on, like no,
I think people be forgetting like we looking for love out here. I'm not a therapist. You know what I'm
right?
saying? If I got to constantly help you process, you need to go find, like Boujee just said, you need to go find you a therapist. I'm not equipped to that. You know what I'm saying? I can, my thing too, okay, because if you're offering some sexual healing or something like that, then you got the man for the job. But other than that, that deep thought, we finna sit here and cry to each other, and you think this is the moment where I start revealing my deep dark secrets, and we finna, no ma'am, no ma'am, we're not finna do this. No, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of my dates, I ain't gonna hold you, a lot of my dates was movies. That way I ain't gotta hear it. Like, I ain't got, there's no way that you can ruin this movie for me because shh,
No,
this ain't the
you
moment.
didn't just say that. No, you did not. No, you didn't just say that.
I ain't gonna listen. They be like, you go to the movies a lot, don't you? Yes, I do.
And
It is a
probably see the
specific.
same movie 3, 4, 5
Hey,
times.
listen. I ain't gonna hold you. Fucking when Sinners came out, I went to see Sinners like 5 different times. So, and I each time with a different crowd, and I just acted like this is my first time seeing, because people like to talk, and I don't be liking to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what better date to not have somebody talk than the movies. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't be wanting to talk, B. You know what I'm saying? People like especially if I just met you, if we just vibing and we just going off, you know what I'm saying? Off, I don't
I
like to
hope
talk.
y'all
I
paying
mean, I like
attention
to
out
talk.
there. If he asks you to go to the movies, you know what time it is.
I like to talk. Like if we doing some podcasts and shit, I could talk all day. But once you get to talking, because
Oh, we know.
I be having my own problems, B. I don't be having time to sit here and listen to
Oh, we
yours when
know.
I'm having my
Did y'all
own
know that?
problems.
Did y'all know that I'll explain all this later? Be on 24 hours?
Facts. Like,
Did y'all know that?
hey, listen,
24 hours.
Instagram and Facebook is giving me a little bit of money now. So yeah, I gotta take advantage of it, you know.
24
But
hours.
get out here and take care and heal yourself, man. Stop thinking other people gonna heal you. And listen, I mentioned this early. Sex don't heal you.
It don't?
It don't heal you.
Oh,
It don't.
dang.
It don't. And again, like it's a temporary
So Marvin
fix.
Gaye lied when he said it was sexual healing?
Facts. Listen, it's a temporary fix. Don't get it twisted. But after all that's done, and you know all the dust done settled in, you still got to deal with that trauma. You still got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we go get intimate and we get close to people, and then you know we still got a bunch of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes people there are sick people out here that cope with stress by overloading it onto others. You know, they'll
But
overload
then,
you.
but then you also too, there are some people that they thrive off of being like what you call it? I can't. The word is at the tip of my tongue. Like they thrive off of being like Captain Saberhose. You know what I'm saying? Like they they get off on helping other people. Like they feel like because they have like low self-esteem, and when someone needs them, it makes them feel like wanted and needed. Like it's their
I-
own personal trauma that they have, but that there are people that's
I've
like
been there
that.
before. I love dealing with women who necessarily needed me and didn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily want me. You know what I'm saying? I've thrived off of that because
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of my earlier relationships, you know, and I had it. so good in my mind frame back then. I had it so good where I felt like I could do whatever I wanted to do because I was paying the bills, I was doing the support, and I was doing the providing and all of that. So I pretty much could do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And you could leave or you could take it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be just fine without you. I
Right.
get the next one in and she'll do the same thing, no problem. You might not, find someone who, although I was an ain't shit dude, I still was something at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I gave, I gave my all to a situation and it didn't work the way that it wanted to because at that point I realized I don't really want to be with you, but I do like having you around. And I think that's
Wow.
okay. That's okay to tell people this. Like actually tell them this so they don't get in their feelings, so they don't get, attached.
Mhm.
And then now they next relation. I might have ruined a lot of good women who it took. I told y'all last week I had a story where a couple weeks back where my homie was dating a woman that I used to date a long, long time ago.
What?
And like me and her, we dated in a different city, and then she relocated back to Chicago and ran
Oh,
into him. And we didn't know it. I didn't know he was dealing with her, and he didn't know I had ever dealt with her because again, we was in a different city. So he was when he found out that I knew the girl that we used to date, he wanted to fight me because he felt like I was the reason for all the pain and all the trauma and shit that she had to endure and to not trust the relationships and shit like that. And it's just like, yo, why you want to fight me for some shit that happened before you? But I get it because he felt like, man, I just want to heal you and cure you from all your pain and all your drama. And you know what I'm saying? Captain Save him, like you said. But I think a lot of times too, though, that might be the person that you need. That might be the person for you.
sometimes, because
Someone,
some people it
yeah.
feeds their ego for them to be felt
Ooh,
like they're, like they're needed or whatever. I
yeah.
mean, I experienced that before. It was like, this guy,
Timo, what
he
up?
he didn't want to date me because he felt like he told a mutual friend that we had, basically, I didn't need him for anything. And he had a hard time dealing with that. It was like, and I never made, intimidated him in any kind of way. I never, whatever. It would
You
just be that.
did. Cause you ain't want him for nothing. I mean, you ain't need him. You wanted him, and he probably wasn't used to that because it happened to me. When you run through so many women that need you, and you
Hmm.
finally run across a woman that wants you, not what you can do for them. Oh man, it opens up your eyes and you start looking. It's a shock to
Really?
the system, huh?
I said, really?
Yeah, it's a shock to the system. It's a difference between you want me because you see me and you know how good we could be together. And it's the difference between that and I like him because he takes care of me, gets my nails done, he pays my
Yeah,
bills,
but wouldn't but
blah blah
wouldn't
blah.
you but wouldn't you want um a partner that is constantly not needing you, like, financially, and not
Yeah.
making you feel like, what can you do for me all the time? Like,
But
you
it's a
would
form
think
of
that.
control if I know that you ain't going nowhere because you need this, you need the stuff I can do, as opposed to running into a woman who can tell you, listen, I like you. I don't need you to do any of this for me. I'm here because I like you. And if you
Mm-hmm.
do all this stuff for me, then that's just a bonus. Cool, great. But I can
Mm-hmm.
thrive without you doing all this. Case in point, you probably didn't need him to pay your bills or do none of that
No.
stuff because you could do it on your own. But for him, he might have ran into a lot of women who needed that from him. So it's difficult to go from damn she need me for everything to damn she just want me. It's different. It's
And that
very
was and
different.
that was truly the case. Like, I just was like, I'm just here for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would have great times and everything like that.
Yeah.
And like one incident that happened, we had gone to a restaurant,
Mm,
and it was pretty pricey, and
mm,
I felt like I appreciated the fact that we went to New York. You took me to this high end restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Because he
mm,
had heard me speak about it before. But I knew that this was a heavy ass tab. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that it was heavy. And
mm.
so I just was like, oh, here, we could split this shit because I know this about to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he truly felt offended by that.
He might have because he felt like in your mind, and I'm not gonna speak for him, but in his mind, he probably felt like, damn, she feel like I can't afford this shit. Like, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So in his mind, I've had that happen to me before too. And I always tell people, man, listen, just just relax. Like, relax. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
gotta, eh, just relax. I listen. I wouldn't go to a place that I know I couldn't afford. And that's just with any
But it
type of
wasn't
store.
about not being able to afford it. It's just
Mm,
that I felt like when he took me, um, it wasn't a situation like he couldn't afford it, and it wasn't a situation like he could afford it. Clearly,
mm,
he knew what he was going to be facing, but it that wasn't the type of restaurants that he went to. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I truly was appreciative. Like, oh wow, this man went out his way to take me, and I knew it was, it could have been a little bit out of his league or whatever like that. So here, let's do this because I know the drinks ran it up. So I was just like, oh, come on. And I did it in a joking way. I wasn't trying to intimidate him or think
yeah.
that, whatever. It was like, yo, we sat here drinking all these drinks like this. I know this shit gonna be heavy. And
Hmm.
it was like, he was mad. Like he told, why she do that?
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you in a sense, he felt like his manhood was challenged, is what it sound like.
Hmm.
And
He was a
you
bitch.
know,
That's what he did. So.
it's like that episode of Martin, right? Remember that episode of Martin when he found out Gina was making more money than him? So it's like that, like, when your woman can flex on you in a sense, that's a different feeling. We tend to work harder, you know what I'm saying, when that happens. Some dudes look at it as a come up. Me, I would look at that as, damn, like, I gotta step my shit up. That's how I look at it too. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think a lot of times when it comes to, being vulnerable, you got to know who you're dealing with. Because for me, I always tell people, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna let it all out, I'm gonna say whatever I want. You my woman. It's supposed to. Now I'm not doing that on no first or second date, but
Oh, you
once
not?
we, oh hell no, hell no. Oh, I gotta feel like we locked in before we get, I get emotional and vulnerable and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we locked in because I don't want to end up in nobody girl's group chat. I ain't gonna hold you, because back in the days I used to go through phones, and the way that these women be talking about
What?
these dudes. Oh, I want to see the group chat. I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't even about busting out. I wasn't checking to see if Shorty was cheating. Now I was checking to see what was the comments in this girl's group chat. Like, I
Oh
wanna, and
no.
just know the way that these women be talking about
Oh
us
no.
is crazy. I ain't never been in no guys group chat where we talk about, the most that I've ever been in a group chat was I share a picture or they'll share a picture of somebody, that whatever female that they dealing with, just to make sure ain't none of the homies.
So just
You know
because
what
y'all
I'm saying?
guys don't do it, don't mean us females can't.
Y'all do too much. Straight up. Y'all do too much. But listen, because I gotta get ready for work, man. Here. All right, look. Vulnerability is beautiful and necessary, but only when it's earned. I'm not I'm not just exposing myself and my feelings to somebody that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Unsolicited trauma dumping is an act of neediness. All right. And it's disrespectful for your boundaries. I demand respect for my emotional space. If I leave a date with you when I'm crying and I'm hurt and I'm bothered and something that you told me about what you went through fucked me up, then that's not my experience of a good happy ending. That's not it. The real explanation for this is simple. You cannot build intimacy by bypassing trust. I gotta trust you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's built brick by brick over time. If by telling me some heavy, deep shit is your way of trying to get intimate, it ain't gonna work. Cause I ain't
Right.
I'm hurt now. I don't even want to be close to you now. God damn it. So
Mm-hmm.
uh demand respect for your emotional space and don't allow emotional debt. I don't want to carry your emotional debt. We haven't made it that far yet, you know. uh Boujee, let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you,
Yes,
what you're doing.
you can find me on all social media platforms. The Boujee Babe podcast. Boujee is spelled Bougee. Um, and that's about it. You know, I'm just doing my little monologues. I'm gonna have Boujee Bowie from Ink Master. He's gonna come back on, and we're probably gonna do a watch party one night, a live watch party, because
Okay.
he comes by here often. Um, yeah, I got some other artists in the works with maybe a boxer that's gonna be coming on. But just watch and see. And catch me on here with Big Smash.
January 10th, we got some shit going on. All
Yep.
right. Got a live show. That way I can get on her nerves in person, god damn it. Cause I be flipping topics and she just be walking into the line of fire. So this time when we do the show, right, we
When
gonna be
I
taking
walk into
topics
you know what? I'm gonna let you have that, but go ahead.
today. Today is actually mild compared to some of our previous conversations. This is
Very,
actually
very.
mild,
Yeah.
so I because I'm in creative mode right now. So I'm trying to be more sophisticated in understanding now in 2025
Sophisticated.
because this show, January 10th, we got a live show. It is going to be a good conversation. We're gonna be taking topics from y'all, and don't ask Boujee nothing about Applebee's and all of that, because you ain't gonna like the answer. Okay, she gonna tell you hell no. Tell that dude don't take you to no Applebee's. This is actually how me and her our first conversation went,
He won't let me
about
live it down.
about not going to Applebee's. So
And you shouldn't
um
date don't without six figures.
tickets are on sale right now. Like right now, I'm about to start flooding y'all inboxes and calling my line, all y'all lines, and telling y'all to come buy a goddamn ticket. So we gonna be here. We gonna be lit, and it's gonna be fun. Boujee Babe is she got a lot going on, man. She listen. I don't know, man. She been trying to, copying out my playbook, with the little monologues and the solo tips. And I see you. Nah, all bullshit aside, man. Y'all go tap in with her, man. Like for real, for real. She is the total opposite of me, which is why this combination works. She be all logical. I'm not logical when it comes to relationship shit. I'm gonna tell
Some
y'all exactly
things.
what it is. Sometimes, but other times, hell no. I'm not the dude you call when you want to get your girl back. Cause I'm gonna tell you, let's go to the club, god damn it. Fuck all that shit. But this is probably the reason why a lot of my homies don't hang with me when they got girls, cause one mention of my name and it's a whole fight in the house. So yeah,
Mm,
you're not hanging out with him. No, No,
Mm,
you not hanging out with him. You hanging out who? I am the definite. When they ask who all gonna be there, I'm the reason why they asking that question.
so you're the reason why they ain't going. Okay.
Hey, exactly. Nah, man, my girl said I can't go. You know, it'd be different if you was there. And plus, I had one of my homies. He's like, yeah, she wanted to go with me. I said, nah, I can't do that. So yeah. All right, man. Look, I gotta get ready for work. Shout out to Bougee for coming through this early. We live early. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. I catch y'all when I catch y'all.
All right.
All right. You ready? I'll explain all this later live. It ain't just a moment. It is the moment. See you soon.